First game we want to talk about 4 o'clock Mountain Time on Saturday on ESPN. We got the 13th ranked Baylor Bears sitting at 17-5, 6-3 in the Big 12. They go to Lawrence, Kansas, in
Woo.
Allen Fieldhouse to play the 4th ranked Jayhawks of Kansas, 18-5, 6-4 in the Big 12. College game day is gonna be there for this one. Get ESPN on in the morning. It's gonna be a rowdy scene. Let's start with the Bears of Baylor. They've won 3 in a row after losing 3 in a row, and this was after a 5-game winning streak. So, a little up and down. They have 5 guys averaging double figures, led by freshman Jacoby Walter. Baylor leads the Big 12 and are top 20 nationally in scoring at 83.7 points per game. They're shooting 49.2% from the floor. That is second in the Big 12 and top 15 nationally. They're shooting 40.3% from three. That leads the Big 12 and is third nationally. And they lead the Big 12 in free throw makes per game and second in free throw attempts per game. They're getting to the line. They're knocking down threes. They're knocking down their shots. What do you think about Scott Drew's Baylor Bears?
Baylor's really good. The last game that I got to see Baylor play was a little over a week ago when they went triple overtime against TCU. That was an outstanding game. Outstanding. One of the best games of the year was that one. I'm so happy I had that one on. They lost, but the fight that they had, it just goes to show you how good Big 12 is, by the way, because TCU is no scrub team. TCU is actually really freaking good. That was an awesome game. Kansas, man, I'll tell you right now, they had a couple bad losses. They lost to Kansas State the other day at Kansas State. Okay, they went on the road, but this Baylor team, it's gonna be some sparks there on Saturday. 5 o'clock. 5 o'clock.
4 o'clock Mountain Time.
So 5 o'clock my time. Okay, yeah. It's a great game, everybody. You should definitely have it on. Let's go ahead and continue, Cobras. Continue.
Let's look at the Jayhawks right now. Like you said, they lost on Monday night in overtime by 5 at Kansas State. Second year in a row, the Jayhawks have lost in Manhattan, Kansas, in overtime, I believe. This was after whipping Houston on Saturday. Did you watch that one?
Yeah, that's right.
Watch that ass beating?
Yeah.
First off, Jerome Tang, Kansas State head coach. He's been there about a year and a half now, right? 11-0 in overtime games. 11-0 in overtime games at Kansas State. That's amazing.
Very good.
But let's get to that Kansas-Houston game on Saturday. Houston entered the game allowing 53 points per game on 35.5% shooting. Kansas scored 78 points on 68.9% shooting. Houston had never allowed a team to shoot 68.9% from the floor in the history of their basketball program.
Damn.
The Cougars only had 1 rebound and 1 assist through the first 9.5 minutes of the game. 9.5 minutes of the game, you had 1 rebound and 1 assist, Kelvin Sampson.
That ain't going to do it.
The Jayhawks, they have 3 guys averaging double figures, led by the Big 12's 2 leading scorers, Kevin McCullough and Hunter Dickinson, leading scorers in the Big 12. The Jayhawks are shooting 51% from the floor. That leads the Big 12 and is third in the nation. 20.7 assists per game leads the nation, sharing the sugar. The defense is getting it done a little bit too. They're holding teams to 39.5% shooting. That's second in the Big 12, top 15 nationally. But they're last in the Big 12 in 3-point makes per game, 3-point attempts per game, and offensive rebounds per game.
Oh.
Is that going to be a factor in this game on Saturday, Max? And who do you have in this one?
Ooh, such a juicy game. It could be. It definitely could be a factor. But I'm going to stick with your Kansas Jayhawks, go breezy. There's no way Kansas is losing 2 in a row. No. They just don't happen. You don't see it happen usually ever. They're going to get this one at home against Baylor in a tight battle. It will be a tight battle. It might go down to that last 30 seconds, but I got Kansas, baby. McDermott. Why do I keep saying that? Why do I keep saying McDermott? Hunter Dickinson's got to have a big game, man. Big game.
I'm excited to see Jacoby Walter, freshman from Baylor, go on the road here. That loss to Kansas State on Monday sucks. I thought this was a point where we are going to start piling up some wins, going on a run here. But yeah, you can't beat Bill Self. in Allen Fieldhouse. It just doesn't happen, and I'm sure as hell not going to predict it. So we're both on Kansas in this one, Max.
Yep.